On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Ancestor.
A person from whom one is descended, a forefather.
Examples:
Ancestor language. Earliest human ancestor. My remote ancestor immigrated to the United States from Ireland in the 1800s.
Soundscape.
The overall sound environment of a particular area or place.
Examples:
Soundscape music. Tranquil soundscape. The soundscape of the city was a symphony of car horns and chatter.
Snippet.
A small piece or brief extract of something.
Examples:
Snippet of wisdom. Code snippet. The journalist saved a snippet of the interview for later reference.
Singe.
To burn something slightly or superficially, usually by mistake.
Examples:
Singe off the hair over the flames. Singe the edges of a fabric. I didn't realize the iron was still hot and singed my dress.
Mistakenly.
In a mistaken or incorrect way, wrongly.
Examples:
Mistakenly left his keys. Mistakenly delete the important file. He mistakenly thought the red liquid was juice, but it was paint.
Rev.
A measure of the rate at which an engine or motor rotates, often expressed in revolutions per minute, RPM, verb, to increase the number of rotations per minute.
Examples:
Low rev engine. Rev up the crowd. He stepped on the gas pedal, and the engine released a loud rev.
Juxtapose.
To place two or more things side by side, often to compare or contrast them or to create an effect of surprise or incongruity.
Examples:
Juxtapose images. Juxtapose two ideas. The artist likes to juxtapose different styles and colors in her paintings.
Orthodox.
Following or conforming to the traditional, normal, or commonly accepted beliefs, ideas, or activities of or relating to Judaism, of or relating to the Eastern Orthodox Church.
Examples:
An orthodox doctrine. Orthodox thought. He challenged the orthodox views on business.
Chant.
A simple melody or tune, typically one that is repeated or sung in a monotonous way. Verb, recite with musical intonation.
Examples:
Chant melodies. Chant in the chapel. The soccer game crowd broke into a chant of "Go, team, go!"
Hymn.
A song of praise or worship, especially one in a religious service or ceremony.
Examples:
A sacred hymn. Hymn tune. The congregation sang the hymn during the service.
Pentatonic.
Relating to or based on a musical scale consisting of 5 notes, often associated with traditional folk music and widely used in various cultures around the world.
Examples:
pentatonic guitar solo, play pentatonic notes. The musician played a beautiful melody using a pentatonic scale.
Symphony.
A long musical composition in Western classical music for orchestra, usually with 3 or 4 main parts called movements.
Examples:
a symphony orchestra, a beautiful symphony. The frequent performances of the symphony prove its popularity.
Mandarin.
An influential and high-ranking official, notably in the civil service, the branch of Chinese, which is the official language of China.
Examples:
ancient Mandarin house, Mandarin Chinese. Mandarin dialects typically have relatively few vowels.
Melodic.
Having a pleasant or harmonious sound, especially in relation to music.
Examples:
melodic scale, transcribe melodic patterns. She played a melodic piece on the piano.
Inflection.
A change in the pitch or tone of one's voice, a change in the form of a word to indicate tense, mood, gender, or other grammatical categories.
Examples:
inflection in voice, inflection pattern. The linguist studied the inflection of the language's inflection in speech.
Phonetic.
Of or relating to speech sounds, or scientific study of speech sound.
Examples:
phonetic spelling, phonetic sounds. A phonetic symbol for each word is listed before the definition.
Syllable.
A single unit of spoken language, more significant than a phoneme containing a vowel sound and usually 1 or more consonants.
Examples:
syllable structure, single syllable. Emphasize the second syllable when pronouncing it.
Poetics.
The study or practice of literary composition, including the use of language, imagery, and other creative elements to create works of poetry or literature.
Examples:
intertextual poetics, poetics of cinema. The poet's use of poetics captured the essence of the human condition.
Entendre.
Also entente, a word or expression that has a double meaning, often one that is sexual or suggestive.
Examples:
humorous entendre, unintended entendre. The double entendre in the comedian's joke had the audience laughing.
Proverb.
A short saying that expresses a truth or gives advice based on practical experience.
Examples:
A hackneyed proverb. Ancient proverb. The famous proverb "actions speak louder than words" reminds us to focus on deeds instead of words.
Illuminate.
To light something or to make something lighter or brighter, to make something free from confusion or ambiguity.
Examples:
Illuminate a dark hall. Illuminate my understanding. That biologist illuminated the mechanism of heredity.
Folly.
A lack of good sense or judgment, foolishness or absurdity, specifically a costly, useless, or pointless building or project that has been created or undertaken for no practical purpose or benefit.
Examples:
Economic folly. Act of folly. It was folly for the hiker to climb the dangerous mountain alone.
Distill.
To purify or refine, to extract the essential elements.
Examples:
Distill a liquid. Distill information. She decided to distill her thoughts into a more manageable list.
Emphatic.
Expressing something forcibly and clearly, done or said with emphasis.
Examples:
Emphatic victory. Emphatic tone. The coach was emphatic in his instructions to the players before the big game.
Underline.
To draw a line or lines underneath something, typically to emphasize or draw attention to it.
Examples:
Underline the vision. Underline the key points. He underlined the important points in the document.
Chuckle.
A soft, partly suppressed laugh, an act of laughing quietly. Verb, to laugh quietly or softly, often in a suppressed or restrained way.
Examples:
Chuckle at my cat's silly antics. Stifled chuckle. I couldn't help but let out a little chuckle when I saw the silly photo my friend had sent me.
Affirmation.
A statement declaring something to be true strongly.
Examples:
Self-affirmation. Statement of affirmation. The affirmation from her boss gave her the confidence she needed to move forward with her project.
Awash.
Flooded or overflowing with water, typically suddenly or unexpectedly, abundant or prevalent to the extent of being overwhelming or excessive.
Examples:
Awash with cash. Awash in debt. The beach was awash with seaweed after the storm.
Seminal.
Highly original, influential, or innovative, containing the seeds or beginnings of future development or growth, of medicine, of or relating to semen or the male reproductive system.
Examples:
Seminal research. Seminal duct. The book was a seminal work in psychology, influencing generations of researchers.
Avant-garde.
Relating to or characteristic of experimental or innovative ideas, especially in the arts, culture, or politics, pushing boundaries and challenging established norms and traditions.
Examples:
Avant-garde art. Avant-garde music. The artist's avant-garde approach to sculpture challenged conventional ideas of art.
Enrage.
To make someone extremely angry.
Examples:
Enrage the international community. Enrage critics. The news of the betrayal enraged him.
Enrapture.
To captivate or enthrall someone completely, to fill someone with delight or pleasure.
Examples:
Enrapture the heart. Enrapture with beauty. The singer's performance enraptured the audience, leaving them cheering for more.
Pluck.
To pull or draw something, especially with sudden force or effort, to strip of feathers.
Examples:
Pluck a gray hair. Pluck out weeds. She plucked the flowers off the bush.
Sneeze.
To make a sudden, involuntary expulsion of air from the nose and mouth, usually due to irritation caused by the presence of dust, pollen, or other irritants.
Examples:
Sneeze into my hand. Sneeze loudly. Whenever I get a cold, I tend to sneeze a lot.
Rustle.
To make a soft, crackling sound, like the sound caused by the movement of dry leaves or paper. To move quietly or furtively to avoid being heard or noticed.
Examples:
Rustle up a meal. Rustle paper. The leaves rustled in the wind, creating a peaceful sound in the forest.
Whisper.
To speak very quietly to somebody using the breath rather than the voice so that only those close to you can hear you.
Examples:
Answer in a whisper. The whisper of the leaves. He took me aside and whispered in my ear.
Creak.
To make a high-pitched, sharp, and screeching sound, especially made when you step on the door, floorboard, etc.
Examples:
Begin to creak. Shoes creak. The door creaked when I opened it slowly.
Groan.
To make a low, moaning sound, often indicating pain, discomfort, or dissatisfaction.
Examples:
Groan in pain. Groan for water. The sight of the huge pile of laundry made me groan with dread.
Clank.
To produce a loud, echoing, metallic sound, often caused by the collision of metal objects or machinery. To move or operate with a heavy, clanging sound, Noun, a sharp, metallic sound that is typically produced when two hard objects strike or collide with each other.
Examples:
Clank my spoon against the glass. Clank of metal. He dropped the empty can, and it clanked loudly as it hit the garage's concrete floor.
Heartbeat.
The regular movement or sound of the heart as it sends blood around the body, an animating or vital unifying force.
Examples:
Heartbeat abnormality. A pounding heartbeat. New York is the commercial heartbeat of America.
Immerse.
To become fully involved in a particular activity, to dip or submerge in a liquid, especially so that they or it are entirely covered.
Examples:
Immerse the cloth in the dye. Completely immerse the ingredient. He immersed himself in his research.
Remix.
To compose a piece of media that has been altered or contorted from its original state by adding, removing, or changing elements of the item.
Examples:
Remix a couple of tracks. Remix the album. He remixed the tracks to give them a jazz feel.
Lentil.
A small, flat, round legume that is cooked and often used in soups, stews, salads, and other dishes, and which is a good source of protein, iron, and other nutrients.
Examples:
Lentil soup. Lentil salad. I made a hearty stew for dinner tonight with lentils, vegetables, and spices.
Hightail.
To move, run, or flee at high speed or with great urgency. To depart quickly or suddenly from a place or situation.
Examples:
Hightail out of the park. Hightail back to our campsite. We'll miss our flight if we don't hightail it to the airport right now.
Instruct.
To teach someone practical skills or knowledge. To formally order or tell someone to do something.
Examples:
Instruct a student. Instruct a computer. The facility manager instructed the security guards to be on high alert.
Fertile.
Capable of producing abundant vegetation or crops, intellectually productive.
Examples:
Fertile ground. Fertile market. Herbs require fertile soil in a sunny, sheltered location.
Auditory.
Of or relating to hearing or the ability to hear.
Examples:
A good auditory memory. Auditory system. The auditory nerve carries sound signals from the ear to the brain.
Marvelous.
Causing wonder or astonishment, excellent.
Examples:
Marvelous performance. Marvelous power. The view from the top of the mountain was marvelous.
Freeway.
A major highway designed for high-speed traffic, with no stoplights or grade crossings, and having interchanges or access roads to other highways.
Examples:
Freeway exit. Expanded freeway. We got stuck in a traffic jam on the freeway for over an hour.
Dusk.
The period of the day just before nightfall, when the light begins to fade, the darker part of twilight.
Examples:
Dusk sky. Dusk falls. The sky turned a beautiful orange hue at dusk.
Avian.
Relating to or characteristic of birds.
Examples:
Avian influenza. Avian habitat. The expert on avian species studied the behavior of different types of birds.
Lilt.
A light, rhythmic, or cheerful manner of speaking or singing, a gentle or lively musical rhythm or melody.
Examples:
Musical lilt. Lilt in her voice. The little girl skipped down the street with a joyful lilt.